Today, me and Henry are reviewing a book that makes you rethink your entire relationship with food for dogs and humans. Okay? So the book is called Eat to Live by Dr. Joel Fuhrman. This is not just a book about losing weight, although, spoiler alert, you will. It's about saving lives, reversing disease, and learning about what food was actually meant to do for us. And if you hang in there with me for the next few minutes, I'm going to break down it in a way that might just change the way you eat and live. So Henry is excited about this one too, okay? He has thoughts, especially when we get to the part where dogs are eating better than most humans. First section, right, is called Eat to Live, not Live to Eat, okay? So Eat to Live starts with a hard truth that most of us are addicted to food, not for survival, but for emotional comfort, stress, relief, boredom, and let's be honest, pure habit. Okay, so this book was more than 10 years ago. It helped me a lot because I had watched my brother, I watched my brother suffer with cancer, and I watched a lot of people before then and since then struggle. Now, I'm not sure if this would save people's lives, but I think it's a good way to start if you're struggling. Okay, he basically comes in and slices right through the BS in the book. Okay, his argument is simple: the leading causes of death back then, right, or still today, heart disease, diabetes, stroke, obesity, are not genetic fate, right? They're nutritional consequences. Most people don't die from a lack of medication, they die from lack of nutrients. And the solution, he says, is a nutrient-dense, plant-rich diet that fuels your cells with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytonutrients while lowering calories naturally. Okay? Before you stop watching this, remember, I do eat meat. Okay? I'm not saying don't eat meat. Okay? But listen to this, listen to what he's saying in this video. Okay? His signature formula is H equals N over C. Health equals nutrients divided by calories. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you are sick, okay, meat does slow you down a little bit. I eat meat, but I work out, right? And I'm not sick, okay? Now, when I was struggling when I start struggling, like with certain health issues, then I know that if I eat a lot of meat, my body's gonna have to work harder to get through it. Even though it has a lot of benefits, of the stuff I need, my body needs, the fats and stuff, right? And some of the minerals, whatever's in the meat, my body has to work harder. So during that time, it's like, no, I'm going to start going more plant-based. I'll start cutting down the meat. Maybe I'll eat meat less, instead of eating it every day or twice a day. Like right now, I eat it probably once a day, sometimes twice a day. So anyway, section 2 of the book, what to eat and why, okay? Dr. Fuhrman created the term nutritarian to describe someone who eats for maximum nutrition, not just maximum satisfaction. And here's what it looks like. Foods to emphasize, well, daily foods would be greens, beans, and legumes, onions and garlic, mushrooms, berries, seeds, and nuts. Foods to severely limit or eliminate from your diet would be processed meats, dairy, refined sugar and flour, added oils, fried foods, salt, soda, and most animal products. And he backs it with science and studies, over 2,000 of them. So the 6-week plan, okay, how it works, okay? So his book offers a 6-week reset that acts like a food system detox, not with juices and powders, but real whole food. The goals are to break food addiction, flood your body with nutrients, lose weight safely, and reverse chronic conditions. You'll eat raw veggies, cooked veggies, beans, legumes, berries, and 1 to 2 ounces of nuts and seeds. Snacking becomes unnecessary and withdrawal from sugar and caffeine fades. He mentions that what most of us call hunger isn't real. It's toxic hunger caused by withdrawal from processed food. Real hunger is calm and controlled. When you eat nutrient-dense food, toxic hunger disappears and food addiction fades. So this makes sense because I went all organic back in 2012, a long time ago, all organic, when it was hard to find organic food everywhere, right? And so I basically, and I did for a while, I did try to cut meats a little bit, but for me, I can work out and I feel like I need the meats, but if I was sick, this kind of diet right here, basically, like you said, resets your system. So you're going to lose the cravings because your cells are going to be wanting the more healthier foods, and you're going to get them out of the habit of eating the unhealthier foods. It's funny because Dr. Fuhrman, I feed my dog like this raw, dehydrated food. It's called Only Natural Pet. It's really pricey though, but it's non-GMO, so it doesn't have. It's not 100% organic, but they try to avoid putting the antibiotics and steroids and all that stuff in the meat, and it has less pesticides because the stuff's raw, and so we use dehydrated, so basically you just put water in it. But my other dog lived to be 14 and a half, and Henry's 4, and he's pretty strong, but I love my dog. So he just basically mentioned that, some dogs are eating more whole foods, than their owners, like Kip, but, some dogs, Kip will have like pumpkin, flax seeds, blueberries, sweet potatoes. Meanwhile, we're just throwing bagel bites in the microwave. We're eating fast food, drinking soda. So the results, right? And real stories that save lives. Okay. So Eat to Live documents hundreds of patient stories where people reversed life-threatening diseases. Examples like diabetes reversed, 100 pounds lost, medications eliminated. When you stop poisoning the body and start nourishing it, healing happens. Eat to Live isn't just about weight, it's about building long-term health and resilience. Benefits would be lower heart disease and cancer risk, sustainable weight loss, and inflammation reduction. Why this book matters and why you should care. So if you're tired of, feeling tired, sick of getting sicker, and want real healing, Eat to Live is a blueprint for that. It's sustainable, evidence-based, and focused on saving lives through food. If Henry eats clean daily, then what's your excuse? It's funny because, dogs don't have a choice of what you feed them, like I said in my dog food video, right? And we could be feeding our dogs poison and they can get sick. And I think most of that dog food is poison out there, right? So, but what about ourselves, right? No, we're just going to eat junk all day, right? So this channel that's what it's about, right? So I'm just sharing this information on this one book, but on this channel, I actually have information you can download for free on food plans. You can choose your own weight loss food plan and strength training, and you can choose your own exercise plans and your own basically like for weight loss or for strength, And the reason why I did that is because I've learned from kind of this information and lots of other information that I've done research on, and I've basically practiced over the years that helped me learn how to get myself in the greatest shape. And I mean, like right now, I mean, like it's hard for me to gain weight because I'm not like drinking beers every night, I'm not eating fast food, and I'm going to do a video on bloating because bloating is a big thing. And I've noticed that if I do drink a couple beers on a Friday night, or if I eat too much on that night, it doesn't matter if it's beers or if I have extra snacks. But I do eat a lot of food. I eat 2 big meals, and then I have snacks in between. But if I do that, then what's going to happen is then I'm going to be stuck for 3 days bloated. It takes me that much time for the bloating to go away. So if you're not eating healthy, if you're not eating clean foods, if you're not following the plans that I have on here, like I said, this is all free on this channel. You don't have to pay for anything because I lost my brother and my sister, and a lot of friends and family are suffering to illness that I don't know if it could have been 100% prevented, but if we would have had this information a long time ago, then it could have been. So I just want people to have a resource to go to say, man, how do I do it? What do I do? You can watch the videos. You can watch the exercise videos that I created. You can watch the food videos, the weight loss videos. And so they'll explain to you what I already know, and then it'll show you how to do it. You just follow it. And then, like I said, you can download it's called Your Blueprint for Weight Loss Success and Your Blueprint for Exercise Success. And it's on the playlist on this channel. And then also every day I do a motivation video. It's called Your Daily Dose. I put quotes from people throughout history. And I just do it to inspire people and motivate them to stay on track. Start today, start tomorrow, start now. Don't wait till Monday, just get going because it'll pay off. Download the blueprints, or the documents on there on the playlist, and just take it seriously and watch what will happen. You'll be surprised. So anyway, the book Eat to Live, I'll put the description and the link in the description so you can order it if you want. And if you like what I'm saying, then give me a like, right? Comment if you're going to get started now, okay? And then subscribe because then you're going to see, or you got to hit your notification bell, but then you're going to see these videos every single day to keep you motivated and on task, okay? I am a teacher. I motivate my students, but I'm a teacher for the world to show them that maybe we can prevent some health challenges, and maybe we can get ourselves in great shape, and do it the right way, When I was younger, I remember I used to think people used to get cancer and get sick from smoking cigarettes and drinking their whole life. But it's more than that now, especially now, right? Disease and illnesses went way up since I was young. And now it seems like everybody's getting cancers and stuff and heart disease and all that. And I even got prediabetes, and I was the healthy guy. So I had to figure out why, and I learned why. Because I already had it when I started eating healthy. I already had it. And so I was wondering why I was always struggling with being tired and stuff. And then now I know, it's like, oh my God, I had prediabetes the whole time. So then I had to back away on some of the sugars because I didn't realize that that's the only way I can reverse it. But prediabetes is better than having diabetes. But prediabetes is no good because it's not good. When you eat certain things, you're tired. You're just like feels like you got hit by a truck. You're like, oh, you can't move. You're like, what's wrong with me? You feel like you're just waking up from bed, but you can't wake up. Sometimes you'll get like dry mouth a lot, right? And but then if you have diabetes, you can lose a foot, you can go blind. There's all kinds of bad things that could happen. Check out the channel, and hopefully you can prevent and you can get yourself in the greatest shape. Have a good day.